Most air mattresses feel like you're sleeping on a giant, unstable balloon that's just waiting to launch you across the room the moment you shift your weight. It's a classic problem, but this Beautyrest model actually tries to fix that. The first thing you notice is the height. At 16 inches, it's not just a pad on the floor. It's a proper bed height, which makes getting in and out of it feel like a normal human experience rather than a struggle to stand up from the ground. What really sets this one apart is the way it's built. Instead of just a big, round tube of air, it uses a vertical beam construction. That's a fancy way of saying it stays flat and firm, rather than turning into a taco shape when you sit on the edge. There's a recessed panel at the bottom that creates a bit of a suction effect against the floor, which helps keep the whole thing from sliding around while you're trying to sleep. It's a clever little detail that makes a massive difference if you're on a hardwood or tile surface. The pump situation is pretty straightforward. It's an electric unit that handles both inflation and deflation, and it's surprisingly quick. You aren't standing there for 10 minutes waiting for it to fill up. You can dial in the firmness too, which is great because some people like a rock-hard surface, while others prefer a bit of give. The top has this soft, velveteen finish that actually keeps your sheets from sliding off in the middle of the night. That's a huge win, because there's nothing worse than waking up on bare plastic. Now look, it's still vinyl. It's heavy-duty, sure, and it's been leak-tested, but you still have to be careful. If you're planning to take this camping, just make sure you clear the ground of any sharp rocks or twigs first. And here's a tip: don't get carried away with the pump. If you overinflate it, you're just asking for a seam to pop or a leak to develop. It's tempting to make it as tight as a drum, but it's actually more comfortable and durable if you leave just a tiny bit of flex in the material. The biggest downside: it's not exactly light. At over 6 kilograms, it's not something you'd want to hike into the backcountry with, but for a car camping trip or a spare bed for guests, it's solid. It packs down into a nylon bag, which is handy for storage, but getting it back into that bag can be a bit of a wrestling match if you don't fold it perfectly. Honestly, if you need a reliable, comfortable sleep surface that doesn't feel like a cheap pool float, this is a really strong contender. It's not going to replace a high-end mattress, but for what it is, it's surprisingly well-engineered. If you're tired of waking up on the floor, this is probably the upgrade you're looking for.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.